Welcome back to the live stage at C2E2. I'm Angelique Roche, the host of SYFY WIRE's Geeksplain. And you know what? I just got to get right to it because I am on stage with two of the greatest superheroes.
Wow, wow. And we are on stage with Angelique Roche, host of Geeksplain and a personal hero of ours. Give it up.
My day's made. It's done. The panel's over. No.
Good night. Thanks for coming, Chicago.
Thanks. You did great.
Let's go listen to some blues.
So we have Melinda on stage with us today.
Hold on.
Greg.
Okay.
Now it's Melinda. Hey, don't get, wait. Your
Look
body
away.
language. Your body language. It has to be this way.
Okay, thank you.
You're making everyone's day right now.
There we
This
go.
is
There we
all
go.
they've ever wanted. So this is what happened in Tahiti. I got it.
Time's up.
Yes, yes.
And the amazing Ming-Na.
Hi. What's up?
Yeah.
Sit down.
Deserved. So, you're on this show, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes. Is that where we are?
It's coming back.
Finally. Do you know the exact date?
It's coming back in May.
I do, but I can't tell you.
So all we get to say is May.
in May.
Yes.
It's in...
May.
May.
It's gotta be, what was that song from Justin Timberlake? Oh, it's gonna be May, yeah.
We have some singers in the front row. Come on up. No. Okay, look. You look out into the crowd, and I just see some damn Loki horns.
I know, it's
sticking
getting
out of them.
a lot of
Get down.
PTSD.
If anybody just feels like tearing that person to pieces, it's okay.
He's not over it yet,
I can
Loki.
get you out of it.
I mean, there's a little trauma there.
Asgardian
A
bastard.
little trauma there. So, it's not a secret. I am a huge fan of both of you.
Thank you.
I am a huge fan of Melinda.
Nice.
And one of the things I love is that finally we get some Tahiti time at the end of last season.
Do we?
Turns out, pretty magical. Too
So-
easy, I'm sorry.
And both of you have been part of the show for so long. Like, what
So
has
long.
been?
Since the late 1970s.
Yeah. I hear it's been a journey.
Uh-huh.
What has been the best part of being part of such a successful show with such a great cast?
Go ahead.
Oh,
I'll give you a hint. Yeah, thank you. Oh my God, that
Working
just
with
cost me
this dude.
$600.
7
Okay.
for
At the
every
con.
season.
Everybody's
for every
prices
season.
go up at the con, okay.
I mean, you gotta go for rate of inflation here.
I'm gonna try to be mature. It's never gonna happen.
No one asked you
It's
to be.
been,
It's fine.
it's been an amazing journey for a lot of reasons. The main reason I think is because the show was literally born because of fans. I asked them on the Avengers set when I was soaked in blood, like, you want to do a take where I'm just kind of wounded a little? I mean, they were like, no, we're good. And so Coulson was really dead, and it was really just because there was this hashtag Coulson Lives movement on the Twitter. I think I see a few of the original members here today, that they decided to have a TV show and to kind of suddenly find ourselves with this new family, suddenly on a television show for Marvel, which was a first 7 years ago, and then to have gone on this incredible ride and to get so close. It's not always like that, but we, through the journey, Ming, Chloe, Elizabeth, Ian, even what's his name, Brett, we love each other, and it's really been a great ride.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things about getting to interview different cast members, because it really is a family.
Well, I mean, we spend time with each other a lot of times more than our own family because, you know, we work 15-hour days, and it's so incredible to have a cast where we do get along and we have fun and we have an incredible crew and amazing bosses. You know, our EPs, our executive producers are incredible, the writers. So it is very much the sense of community and family, and you know, and then this, you know, the fans, that you're our extended family and you're part of the whole.
I gotta say, I've maybe never been to a con where I saw so much great S.H.I.E.L.D. cosplay, S.H.I.E.L.D. representation. So thanks, it really felt amazing.
Oh, look, there's that one T-shirt. Coulson lives. Love it.
So speaking of family, and obviously a family mourns, we had a loss last season. Well, we had a couple losses last season, but someone
be
is
honest.
really gone. Coulson is gone, and I gotta ask. The trailer
Or
came
is
out,
he?
and there is a lot of happy people out there because there was a teaser in that trailer. Somehow, Clark Gregg is still there. I'm happy about it. That was not a ding.
You're like a cat.
So how? I know you can't say much, but how has it been coming back to the show? Because Coulson is such a key core role. Like the show exists, centers around Coulson, and now you're back, but you're not Coulson? Question mark?
I'm getting a call. I gotta. You know, I actually felt the end of season 5, the last episode was called The End, and we were saying goodbye, and Coulson had burned through, spoiler alert. If you're not caught up by now, you should be, sorry. Coulson had burned through whatever Tahitian
Magic.
Cree blood he had by being ghostwriter. Sorry, another spoiler, you should be caught up. And and he was clearly terminal. And so we shot that last episode thinking we were probably done as a show and saying goodbye. And honestly, shooting some of those scenes, we didn't even rehearse them because nobody could get through them because we love each other.
And we were crying. I mean,
Just
we were
block 'em and start
literally
shooting,
crying.
and we were a mess. And so it really felt like a good ending. And then they found out they were coming back. And I thought, well, good. You guys are ready to fly without me. And, you know, I wouldn't blame you. And then they came up with another amazing idea. And I got to say, our writers, MCU takes what they want and they kind of leave us whatever's left. And the writers tear it all down and go, yeah, guess what? We're doing LMD's Ghostwriter and the framework this year. And I can't even talk about what we're about to do, but they came up with another pitch where I went, well, we think you're dead, but we think you might still be on the show. And I was like, okay, I'm curious. And they gave us a pitch, and in that trailer you see half the team in space looking for the cybernetically, or no, the, what's it called?
Cryogenically frozen.
Thank you, I knew it was a C.
I gotcha.
It's been a long day. Cryogenically frozen Fitz on that timeline out in space. They're out there fighting every alien who might know where he is. And the other half of the team's here dealing with a very strange anomaly where humanoid beings are appearing and they seem mega evil.
How are you able to say so much and still not give away anything?
It's a lot of
That was
practice.
so impressive.
That's a lot of practice.
That was so good.
I'm just staring in awe.
I know. I was like, yeah, and I'm
about to
waiting.
give up.
I'm
You're
waiting for him to
slip
like,
up.
slip, and
But
he
no.
doesn't.
They find this evil person who looks weirdly a lot like me.
Huh.
And he has a weird evil girlfriend, spoiler alert, who looks, no, that's not true. I'm making that. That's that, I ship that dark couple, okay?
I was actually gonna ask, like, I mean, it may not be Coulson, but it looks like Coulson.
She likes the bad boy. Ming-Na likes it. I don't think she likes him this
not
bad.
Ming-Na, May.
I'm sorry, May. May likes
May.
him. The other part, I didn't say that. Shit.
But it is a year later. Like, where do we, like, in the trailer, we see some butt kicking. We see some awesome fights. You know, where do we find the team at this point in this healing process?
I'm afraid to say anything because I know I'll slip up. So
But
it's
I'll tee you up. People are grieving.
Yeah.
yeah.
People are grieving. He's gone. They're moving on.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, the world of supervillains doesn't really slow down. Am I right, people? Thank you. I know. I know.
Yeah.
They don't come to Chicago because they know better.
I feel like I want to ask how this has affected May, but you're only gonna look at me and be like, I don't know.
Talk about it.
Well,
Talk
no,
about your grief. I heard it's profound.
It is so deep and so painful. I can't relive it.
You've lost the love of your life. Well, May has lost the love of
Yes.
her
and
life.
you know, and just at that moment when they finally can
Okay,
get
next
to-
question. Next
Yeah.
question.
and then your
Okay.
ex walks in, and it's just like, what just
Oh, you
happened?
thought I was gonna say something naughty, huh?
Oh.
Why would I ever think that? after 7 years of going
I
like
could just
this.
sit here for the next 15
I didn't think I
minutes
could be
and let
shocked
this
until I
happen.
worked with Ming.
It's mostly adults here. Oh, hi.
No, it's
Hi,
not.
kids.
It's not.
Hi, kids.
It's not.
How you doing, kids? Good to see ya.
And that's how we got kicked out of C2E2. Okay.
So you make a really, really good point, Clark. Like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has tackled everything. LMDs, they have tackled framework, they have, what are you most...
Hydra, Hive,
Yeah, go for it.
with the Shadow Shield. We had the original crossover with Winter Soldier when S.H.I.E.L.D. turned out to be rotten. We saw a screening. We didn't know what our show was going to be called anymore after that. And everything else we can't talk about.
But is there anything in particular you are that you can say?
Well, it's really difficult also for me because we shot season 6 quite a while ago, and it hasn't. Oh, excuse me, my daughter's calling. Hold on, sorry. Let me
We shot season 6. You want to talk to her?
real quick. Yeah, hey, honey,
honey.
I'll call you right back. I'm on stage right now. I love you. Did you get to New York okay? Okay.
She can.
Okay, I love you.
just
I hope
go
she
to
doesn't tell you anything shocking right now.
/con.
No, I quit school.
Watch live.
Okay. Sorry about that. I turned that.
We shot season 6.
Oh,
it's
long.
in the can. And it was weird because it wasn't on, so I directed the first one,
Yes, he did.
601.
Yes.
It's big and wild
Yeah.
and badass, and it'll be on
And
in May.
I mean, he's not just director Coulson, but he's a great director.
That's very sweet.
It's can't wait.
That's coming, that's coming, but we haven't even seen any of the episodes. I saw that one because I edited it. I can't talk. Yeah. So we haven't seen that season, and now we're shooting 7th season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. And then we do the movie.
You guys got to keep at Marvel.
Okay.
Get them. Yeah.
But how has it been? Like, and I think that's something that's really, really cool is that you've also been behind the camera. How has that been? Like, what has been the best part of being able to see the story from literally from a different angle?
I resisted it because it's a lot just to try to get the fights. The cool thing about our show is we're not just like, okay, dust for prints. We dust for prints, but then we search for aliens, and then we do a fight scene, and then we do crazy visual effects. So we get to do a lot of fun stuff. And I hadn't done a lot of that, and just doing our own stuff, it's a lot. So I finally did one, and it was so much fun, but it's such a trust exercise. These guys, the amazing actors we have, they have to kind of like, okay, what do you want us to do? And they do tease me an awful lot. But it's an amazing thing. The technology's evolving so fast that even the look of our show, when you see what's coming up in season 6, it's completely different than what was possible even season 4.
Yeah.
So kind of staying current with that stuff, it's really fun to get to play in that.
And it's great, you know, because a lot of times we have these directors that come in and they're new to the show or it's just so great to start off the season, you know, with Clark. I mean, he's the encyclopedia of not just our show, but Marvel, and it's just fun to see him getting so excited. He's like a kid in a candy store, and it was
you're
just
my candy.
Hey, baby. Kids.
What? That wasn't bad till you did that.
I mean, he's got a pocket full of Smarties.
It
It's
totally
fine.
was. It totally was.
Well, and I think that brings up a question I promised to ask, because speaking of, I promised, which has nothing to do with it. I was just leading in just to make you nervous. Everybody wants to know, here's the thing. Both of you have had amazing, wonderful, funny careers. We have to know, neither one of you age. How? How, Sway? How have you not aged? What is your face care regime? Everybody out there wants to know. Even if they didn't think they want to know, now they actually want to know.
It's all her.
No.
She's got this
She's a fountain
magical
of youth?
power.
No,
yeah,
no.
and I looked like 75 years
You
old till I
shut
started
up.
hanging around with her, and I just absorbed it. I will say, it's amazing.
No.
She's 61, and she just looks, okay, I'm just kidding.
81.
I gotta say, we look really youthful until we start to warm up for a fight scene.
Oh my God.
And then it's just like,
That was actually my next question. How do you prep for training? Because in addition to the technology changing over the seasons, the fight scenes have gotten incredibly intense. Yeah. And Phil Coulson has consistently been a baddie. Like, we understand, like Ming, like we know that you are just, like, day one, season one, I was just like, I want to watch her fight everybody, even if there's not a fight.
I mean, honestly, what I love about our show, honestly, is that, yeah, I get to scrap a little bit, but everybody knows the two baddest asses on our show are Chloe and Ming. And to see these professional fight people who've just come off the Marvel movies, watch either one of them run through a fight and see them afterwards, like, I can't do that. It's amazing to watch. It's really fun to direct. Like, there's a great fight scene in the first one I did in season 5 with her. Even she's wounded, because she really was wounded. I mean, it takes a toll. She tore an ACL.
Yes, I have a new ACL now. Some cleaned up meniscus in there. It's good. But you know, you've had your share of injuries too. We definitely, we won't talk about that.
No, we can. I tore my bicep in the second episode.
Yeah.
Had to be flown on a Disney jet to the magical man who puts your limbs back together, and that was very nice.
Yeah.
That's really never worked out for Coulson, so I'm very interested how the story went.
Yeah.
Magical people putting you back together.
Life imitates art all day long in this world.
Yeah, completely.
So what does training look like? Is this like, because I feel like
it's hard because our show, it's not like the cinematic universe of Marvel where the actors sometimes can have like 3 months to 5 months to train. And
it's a marathon.
You know, like Captain Marvel, which this guy was also amazing in, right? You know, I mean, literally sometimes we go from a hiatus break of 2 months, we come back in, and it's like, okay, next episode, tomorrow you get to do this fight scene, so we'll rehearse it today, and then you shoot it tomorrow. So it's basically like, we just start doing a marathon the next day. Yeah. And it's really important that we work hard at maintaining and, you know, constantly working on our own, so that we could just, you know, jump into these fight scenes. Yeah, it's not easy sometimes, but we love it.
So Clark, I know you have a pocket full of Smarties. We're not going to throw them to the audience.
That sounds terrible, but I actually do have a pocket full of Smarties.
I was, ooh, that did.
And I'm happy to see all of you.
But I also know, Ming-Na, you were giving gifts out to folks who were cosplayed as any of your characters, because you have many.
Right.
Many characters.
I mean, it's because I'm such a nerd and a geek girl, and it's been so fun. Again, like life imitating art, art imitating life. I've gotten to be Chun-Li in Street Fighter and Mulan. And, you know, so it's a lot of fun to be able to see such varied people in these roles that I've played. And it's fun to reward that effort, I think.
I also just have an image of you singing Disney songs on stage between fight scenes now.
Uh-oh.
You're looking at me very seriously like this is something that actually happens, though.
Me?
Both
her. She's in...
No, you break into song.
I was in Beauty and the Beast, and now I can tell I was the Beast. No, I don't. No, there's not.
We don't break into
Chloe can sing.
Yes.
Can you sing?
I can sing.
Turns out Ming can sing better than Chloe, probably, right?
But I don't want to sing. Yeah.
She's like, do not ask me to do that.
Yeah.
Please don't ask me to do that. Yeah.
So I know we've got season 7 on the way. You can't tell us anything about season 6, unless you'd like to.
We can't tell you anything about season 7. We're not even sure if we can say we're shooting season 7, apparently.
I think I already said that. So
oh, you did? Oh,
I'm pretty sure the flirkin is out of the bag.
Nice use of flirkin.
But what we can do is we can play a game.
Okay.
It is a lovely, interesting game called Roll for a Question.
Oh, what? Roll for a question?
Roll for a question.
Okay.
So you roll the dice, or die.
Okay.
And
ladies first or director first?
Please.
Do it. Go for it.
Flirkin.
11.
All right, so question number 11. In board games, are you go with the flow, or are you I will flip this board over right now?
Ooh,
I don't feel like
Board flipper.
you would
I
flip
could
the
see that.
board.
flip
I
the
could
board.
see it.
Wow.
No, I'm go with the flow.
It's always the quiet ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody calls me that.
Your turn.
Do we really have that many minutes left?
2.
Yes, but it'll be
Two.
fine. If you were fighting crime, would you banter with the criminals, or are you more of a silent punching type?
Say it again.
If you were fighting crime, which you do fight crime on your show, would you banter with criminals, or are you more of the silent punching type?
Well, May is definitely the silent punching type.
This is true.
Yeah. I'd run. Personally.
I'm more of a banter than punch.
Uh-huh.
Kind of when you've kind of lulled them into something with the banter, and then run.
Always running. All right, we'll do one more question each, and then you're off the hook. No more. I'm trying to keep you from telling secrets.
Okay.
But I would like, is it possible to go off script a little bit?
Yes. Do you
What
want
I would
to
like
go
to
off
do is,
script?
I'd like to know, and please don't get up, or it'll be all over, but
Do
can
it.
I ask if anybody has any questions?
Yes.
Sir, do you have a
good.
question? I'll come to you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I have
Well,
a
here we
question.
go.
Who's your biggest motivation in the Marvel Universe when it comes down to playing your roles?
That's a great question. What's your name?
My name is Paul from the South Side of Chicago. Go.
Paul, Southside, go White Sox. Okay, Ming, what's your answer?
My
I'll give you a hint.
Is it my inspiration or my desire? What
Your
was the
inspiration.
question?
Who inspires you in the Marvel Universe? It's a great
Wow.
question. Don't blow it.
Yeah, okay. Dang.
I feel like you're rooting for
I would say
someone.
Black Widow, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, mine too. Mine too. You got a question, sir? Yeah.
Besides rope my badge,
Okay, I don't do that, sir. Not until after the Q&A.
S.H.I.E.L.D. has a very diverse cast, a bunch of diverse people running it, and they've defended equality like with the Inhumans, with a lot of other things. However, at every step of the way, S.H.I.E.L.D. has also lost their authority. They've lost like their government mandate from Hydra. When they got it back, they lost it over the Inhumans.
You noticed that, huh?
So I was wondering, what's your feelings in portraying a government agency that does treat people fairly, but loses its authority in the shadow of the Black Lives Matter movement?
Wow. Wow. Loaded question, but I'm loving it. Ming, you want to take that one?
Wow. I couldn't hear the question.
Okay. It's one of the things that's been the case in Marvel for a long time, but also that's been a real big part of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is the team, the cast, is supposed to look like the world. And right now, the director of S.H.I.E.L.D. is Mac McKenzie. Before that, it was Daisy. And I think it's something that's always been the case in the comics, is that we're dealing with the reality, but also trying to project something aspirational. And justice is what we're after, and I don't think you can aspire to justice without representing it on screen. Okay? I'll take a shot.
And
Yes.
I think that's what's so great about the Marvel Universe is that all their stories are so much based on human issues, and I think that's why it's so relatable to so many people, because it's about, you know, the humanitarian efforts of becoming your own legend.
Yeah, girl. That's a t-shirt. Hold on, pass it down to her.
What was your favorite episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Ming-Na Wen?
The very first one, because that's what started the whole ball game.
Smart answer.
The very first one?
Yes, Sonny.
I love Killing Ward. Okay, thank you so very much. Killing Ward. Here.
Aww. Brett doesn't hear this, right?
Okay, do you and Chloe have the same relationship off screen as you do on screen?
Oh, yeah.
Do Chloe and I have the same? Oh, you heard that because it was a mic. Duh. Yeah, it's very similar. It's very similar. She one time I was out of town, and I couldn't go to one of my daughter's performances, and she showed up like a sister and stood in for us. She's a great person, and she was 19 when we started, and I love her like nobody's business. One sec. We need to go to this side. We need to go to this side. Got nothing? No questions over here? You, young lady? Nope. Okay, fair enough.
All right, we have time for one more.
One more
I
question.
think Clark has a new career.
I really like doing this. I'm not going to lie.
I can lay back and let
It's
Clark
gonna
do
be-
moderation all the time.
Okay, so if you could give your characters any advice on how to like not die, not get injured, etc., what would that advice be?
Find a different show. Ming?
That was very good advice. Do you have any advice? Well, actually, you
How
don't
not to
die.
get killed or injured.
You've been very close, but you've been injured pretty. May has been injured pretty roughly.
No, that pretty much says it all. Get a new show. That's not
Okay,
action-based.
that was a fast one. Gwen?
How much fun was Captain Marvel? And why couldn't we have
How much fun was Captain Marvel? I mean, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Driving around LA with Sam, being in a fight. Okay, I don't want to say any more because, in case you haven't seen it. And why wasn't Ming in it? I don't know. I fought with everybody daily. I guess it was a 90s thing. She would have looked too young.
Well, I want to thank Clark Gregg and
Thank you so
Ming-Na
much.
Wen so much for being the best panel. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for coming.
And make sure you are staying tuned. We do have some more content coming up very shortly.